It's been about 7 years now since I've dramatically changed my life. I've gone from broke to rich, and I just want to talk about what that's like. A lot of people may never get to experience that, and I feel that that would be an injustice if there wasn't a figure out there that could just talk about it, be real, raw, authentic, most importantly, but has nothing to sell you. I have no course to sell you. I'm not trying to sell you service, nothing. I'm merely somebody that went from being young, moving from house to house, living in garages, even having to live with my mom into my mid-20s, late 20s, because I just simply didn't make any money. And now I make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year and have done well over a few million in business. And my life has completely changed. This is a view of Montenegro. This is Kotor. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm on a one-way ticket and I don't know when I'll be back, and I don't really need to be back for anything. I first flew into Milan, then from Milan went to Venice, then I went to Croatia and I did Split, now Dubrovnik, and right now I'm in Montenegro. Next, I'm going to do Greece, I believe, but there's no one on the internet being raw, authentic, and doing it just for the sake of making that real content. I think real content has died, and this is why I feel very inspired as I sit here and reflect over the view of Kotor. I'm like, you know what? This is something I've always wanted to do, and I haven't been able to do it because here's the problem. When you're a leader, the things you do have implications across all the people that you impact. So you have clients that watch you, you have your family that watches you, you have friends that watch you, and the things that you do lead a cascade effect. For instance, myself, a lot of people have done business with me because they like me, they like my views, my morale, all that. So if I was to openly just hop on Instagram, arms getting tired, this is real authentic content, no editing. If I was just to hop on Instagram and just start talking about things, I may potentially offend some clients, and I'm not in a position right now to where I can afford to let go of clients. I must keep all business, all revenue coming in. It's the whole point of doing business. I think being able to be expressive and polarizing is very good, but I think it's only appropriate when you have millions of dollars, and it doesn't matter whether you keep a client or lose a client or ever get a client again. I'm not there yet. Maybe I will be there one day, and maybe this channel shows the whole process of that. Because again, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just a leader that wants to connect with other leaders and inspire people stepping into leader roles. That's the only goal I have here, is to connect with other people like myself, trying to navigate this leadership and also inspire future leaders. My biggest dilemma right now is briefly what I just said. I feel weird trying to make content. Meanwhile, clients watch me. It's a very weird dynamic because for some reason, clients associate the leader's work with their product. Even if the leader was out of the country, but he never posted a story and they just thought he was home, they think that their product is better. And it's a real thing. When your clients will see you as a leader out in Europe, again, on a one-way ticket for as long as you want, they start to think maybe there's something wrong with the product or maybe something slipping through the cracks, and that's not the case. In fact, the whole point of being a leader is so you could step away and allow your team to take the initiative, which is essentially what I have and what I've done. But it doesn't matter. I wish people would see it as if Jeff Bezos went to Saint-Tropez and decided to stay there for however long he wants. They're not going to assume Amazon has fallen apart. Unfortunately, with small businesses, that's what they assume. So as a leader, when you get here, or if you're already here, that's something you're gonna have to navigate. And if you've already passed this stage, please reach out, leave a comment. I'd love to connect with you and just hear how you navigated that. That is if you are a leader and you are already making content. This is so strange, literally just selfie style video, shaky hands, iPhone, no audio, totally the opposite of what I would ever advise anyone in my company to do. So if I didn't talk about it yet, in my company, basically we're a content creation agency that really focuses primarily on YouTube. So with that being said, everything I'm doing right now is completely contrary to any advice that I'd give any of my clients on YouTube. For instance, this video will have pretty much no thumbnail. It'll have improper grammar. It'll have no editing. It'll have zero SEO. Yeah, pretty much as raw and authentic as it could be, because that's the point of this all. I don't think people make content being raw and authentic anymore. I think they're just so polished that it becomes no longer intimate. There's no intimate connection with the viewer and the creator because there's ulterior motives. The creators will always 100% have something that they want the viewers to do because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, running a business, a digital business. So on this channel, the only thing I'd ever ask you to do is subscribe, because I want people that I could connect with that are leaders or stepping into a leader role and trying to navigate this whole thing together, because I have no idea what I'm doing and I can't even believe I've made it this far. This is truly a blessing. Again, am still actively running my business, which is why I moved to YouTube to talk about these things and express myself and show you all the cool shit I do, because over the last 6-7 years, I've done the most crazy fucking things you could ever imagine. And I didn't document any of it because I don't want my clients watching me. Also, another weird dynamic that happens is the family dynamic. When you come from a family that does not have money, nor ever had money, when you start making it, there's this weird thing. They see you're making it. They don't want to ask how you're making it or how much you're making. And also the whole role of, I guess, them thinking that you think that you're better than them. For instance, there'll be like real under the table jabs like, oh, some people got to work a 9 to 5. Oh, some people can't do that. Some people aren't their own boss. And those are passive aggressive jabs that accumulate. And those are some things that you will experience if you come from a family without money. It's inevitable. And it's something that I've had to just turn my head to and leave it be, because it's not worth causing drama in the family. So that's a weird thing to navigate as well. So yeah, those are two things. You're going to have to deal with how your clients view you. You're going to have to deal with how your family responds. Currently, the agency is doing amazing. Again, we started it 7 years ago, just roughly. And the way that it started was, I think, by like a godsend, like pure luck and maybe some preparation. But essentially, I started a podcast on finance 7-8 years ago. And on my podcast, I had a guest. And that guest was like, dude, this is sick. I need media. Can you do it for me? And I said, sure, why not? So what I did was told him, I'll do it all for you, $4,000 a month. And he was like, okay, cool. Give me your wire information. First of all, I didn't even know what wire information is. I barely even had a bank account that was ever positive ever in my life. And I had to figure that out immediately. Then I spoke with my partner, who's still my partner to this day, also my best friend. Shout out. I know you're probably going to watch this. I was like, dude, you got to quit your job. We got to go all in on this business. And he's a much more conservative person than I am. I would say I'm very risky, on edge, like all or nothing type of dude. And I got no problem risking the house to make something shake. And he's more calculated, very slow, methodical pacing, making sure it's safe, toe in the water before he jumps in kind of guy. I'm like, let's go to the highest diving board, get in the water kind of guy. Don't even know if the water's deep enough. So we're completely different in that regard. And he had a little bit of a dilemma trying to quit his job. In fact, for the first, I want to say 7 months or something like that, he didn't quit his job. He tried to do the business and the job on the side, which it frustrated me in the beginning. But of course, all things work out how they should. And eventually he ended up quitting because the job did him wrong, not because the business persuaded him to. And that's the difference with people in business. You'll come across a lot of people that may be your best person to be with, and they're your complete counterpart, like complete opposite. And he ended up quitting his job. The client ended up needing a camera crew. So he was like, dude, I need somebody to come film an event for me. Do you know anyone? And I was like, yeah, myself. Granted, I didn't even have a camera, nor did I know how to turn it on. So ended up going to buy a camera with the little bit of cash I had from his first payment. So I didn't even profit anything, but I just immediately went and bought the equipment to go do the second part of a new endeavor of my business that still runs to this day. And that is some camera work. So went, got the cameras, flew out to Arizona by myself because my partner, he's going to be mad about this. I'm not going to tell the whole story on this video. My partner backed out, got scared on the flight, got off the plane, and I flew out there by myself and I filmed. At that event, I actually met Robert Kiyosaki, ended up doing work with Robert Kiyosaki and a bunch of other big time people. At that event with the camera in my hand, I quadrupled the revenue. No, I tripled it. I went from 4K to like 12,000, a little over 12,000 a month. And that was like, holy shit, dude. This might be something that we can do. This is our way out. No more 9 to 5s. I never did 9 to 5s. I would do whatever I could, even sell some grass. I sold grass for a long time. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I did valet. I did breakfast deliveries. I would do breakfast deliveries from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., I'd go to downtown and do valet to about 1, 2 a.m. Ended up quitting all that, of course, and just focused on the business. So went out to that gig, tripled the revenue, 12K. Oh shit, dude, I think we have a business here. Don't know what it is, don't know what it's called, but let's just keep doing this. That's what we did. And about 2 or 3 years went by and I saw the uptick in social media influencers, and a big one that made a real ripple effect was Iman Godzi. He basically coined the term social media marketing agency. And then that's when I realized, like, oh, that's what I have. For years, running my business, doing tens and tens of thousands of dollars every single month, I had no idea what my business was even called. Thanks to Iman Godzi, I figured out the name of my business and what my, I guess, offer or niche was. Prior to that, no idea. I was just a guy trying to make money, doing whatever I could to make that money. And now I have, I guess, pretty much unlimited funds as long as I stay within my burn rate. My bills right now, I spend about 12 to 15K a month. So as long as I'm making well over that, I pretty much can go do all this. 15K back home, spending it on bills and team and whatever need be, and all the rest is for life. And that's one of my biggest regrets as well as a person that has made it this far for this long. I think I'm like one of the most consistent people with this kind of business. I didn't document really much any of it. And I've done, again, some of the coolest things. I've been to Nepal and I've fed orphanages and I fed villages and I gave back tons to the community. None of it is really documented. I've gone to Bali, like name it. I've been to the country and I've done something out there. And I didn't really document any of it because it was just so new to me. It's still active for me, which is why I'm not trying to sell you anything, and also why I'm doing it here on YouTube. No editing, no nothing, just completely raw, because I just want a place to express myself for the sake of making content, not for the sake of getting sales or the sake of getting leads, because that's really what everybody does media for these days. And that's not my goal, at least not right now. I'm not sure if it is my goal even later, but wanted to put this together. And if you enjoyed this, if you're a leader, this is the only thing I'll ever ask, or if you're an aspiring leader, just subscribe to this channel, because I want other leaders that I can literally connect with in the comments and help navigate this with each other. And here's the weirdest part, right? No charging, nothing. It's free. Everything is free. I literally just want to talk to people. It's weird. Today, everybody thinks in order to like or subscribe or do anything, it's because you're trying to be sold on. I'm literally not trying to sell you anything. I went from broke to rich and I don't even have a way to navigate it or a place to express with other people. So this is my attempt at doing that. So if you're a leader, you'd subscribe to this, or if you're an aspiring leader, you'd subscribe to this to hear my thoughts on video and also hear my problems on video and also see all the cool shit that I do on video. Next, I'm going to Greece. Again, I just went from Milan to Venice, from Venice to Split, from Split to Dubrovnik, from Dubrovnik to Kotor. And I figured, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to do a little personal brand documentation and just talk about things that I want to talk about, not for the sake of trying to get clients or leads, and not for the sake of trying to please anyone, but myself for making the content. And if you enjoyed, I appreciate you. This is my thumbs up to you. Hopefully you give me one back. One last view.